Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the Outpost. Thank you for stopping by. I thought I would come up here after church and see if I couldn't do a little something since the sun is out and we've been having so much rain and it was a nice day. And I thought, while this is pretty much dry since we haven't had any rain in a couple of days, I should probably go ahead and try to mix up the sand and the concrete that I've got and see about setting these steps in. I do think that it's supposed to rain tomorrow, but maybe if I go ahead and get that set in there, maybe it'll harden up enough to where it won't hurt anything with my busy schedule, knowing when the next time I'm going to be off, not really sure. But I don't think that the rain's going to hurt it any. So that's what I've got in mind to do today. And I just want to say before I get started, my son and I, we really appreciate everybody's support, you tuning in and watching the videos, getting a lot of really great comments from around the world about how they're enjoying this. So we're just thankful that we can be inspiration and some entertainment to people if they don't have opportunity to get out and do this, and then maybe they live in certain parts of the country where they don't have natural resources like this to be able to use. So I'm very blessed and I'm thankful to be able to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tools, and I do have the wheelbarrow out already, and see if I can't mix up a little concrete, and let's see if we can't get these steps set and kind of grouted in between them. some coloring right here. I had about 6 different choices, but this kind of looks like a sandish color, and I thought it would look good, have a good contrast with those really dark stones. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put about half of that in there, because I got 4 bags of sand, 2 bags of concrete. Actually, that's a liquid, so I better wait. I thought it was powder. Let me get some water and mix up in this. Normally in my concrete I would mix it 3-to-1, but I decided to mix this 2-to-1 so that hopefully it'll be a little bit stronger. And need a little bit more. Alright, see if we can mix a little of this in. Got cold, it's thick. I got a couple more bags, so I figured I would save half of it in case I use the other 2. Actually turned out a fairly nice brown color. You know, I don't really do concrete work, and I'm not a mason, so I'm sure that there will be plenty of people who will give me their input on doing this. But I think when I'm done, it'll look fairly good. I'm going to let that dry up a little bit more, then take a broom to it, and after that I will rinse it off. Yeah, this is not trying to be no expert at this, but just to give me a little something to walk on as I'm going over to the little house here, just to stay out of the mud. And if one of these happens to rot, like I said, what I'll do is just bust the concrete around it and put another one in there. Because this is a walkway on a budget, and it doesn't really cost much other than this concrete and that little bit of gravel I put in the bottom of it. So I don't have a whole lot in it. Well, I did manage to get it all grouted. I'm not sure it may be dry enough. I'm going to go ahead and try to broom it off just a little bit. And then I have a little bit of water I can actually wash the top of these stones off with. But let's go ahead and see if we can't broom it off and see what happens. I'm just barely going over it here. Need to wait for it to dry some more. Well, you can see it didn't turn out too bad. I wished I would have had a little bit of a lighter color, but I wanted to save the other half just in case I had to mix up the other, but I actually do have a little bit left. So yeah, I think that'll be it'll be nice for a while. It won't last forever, but at least it's something for me to walk on so that I don't track mud and dirt into that little cabin here. So yeah, I think it turned out okay. Well, thought we would walk down here towards the base camp and get a little bit of water in the pail. I can use that to kind of halfway wash off those steps. So we'll get some right here. Well, that little job is done. I'm not going to really do anything else to it because it's still not dry enough, and I'm afraid that if I try to wash it off with some water that it may end up kind of loosening up some of that cement since it's not dry yet. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow and I think the next 2 days after that. So it will continue to dry today, what's left of it tonight possibly, and tomorrow until it starts raining. And then I'm sure with the rain coming down, they will wash the top of those little rounds off. So it will look a whole lot better. I've tried to wipe it off best I could, but it's just not working out too well, especially since it's not dry yet. So, but it does look, actually, I'm kind of tickled with it because it does look fairly decent. It did color that concrete some, So once I get grass in here, that green and then that dark color, that will be a really nice contrast. And it will provide me some protection from, like I said, tracking mud in there. So hope you enjoyed that little video on doing these stepping stones. It was really a inexpensive way to make a walkway by just using some wood, some concrete, and some gravel. It's a fun little do-it-yourself project that hadn't never done before. I'd always used brick, you know, or some sort of a block or a paver, but had the idea, since I've got so much wood around here and then some of the ends that I cut off I can't use, I thought, well, heck, you know, why not chop it up in 2-inch blocks and lay it down in there and grout around it, and it will give me some support for a while. And like I said, if one of them rots, just bust it out of there, put a new one in, grout back around it, and there you go for another little while. I'm going to go ahead and close it down. The sun's fixing to go behind the ridge over there. My son and I, we greatly appreciate all your all support and you tuning in, watching our content. Be sure, don't forget about our giveaways. That's our thanks back to you for supporting our channel. Look forward to seeing you again the next time up here at the Outpost. I want to wish everyone a great evening. Take care of yourselves, be safe, and we look forward to seeing you back up here at the Outpost in the future.
Mm-hmm.